goalkeepers. There's a rumor going around going around town that one goalkeeper who was previously in the Premier League, said quite a lot of things that he would like to come back. He wants to help Manchester United to win the league. And this this same player is Andre Onana. I mean, I've seen tweets. I'm sure we have also seen these tweets and comments from interviews that he has had. And let's just talk about Manchester United and Lamens at the moment. I want to give this guy credit because he seemed to have brought some sort of stability to the Manchester United defense. I mean the back four or whatever the number is, including the goalkeeping position. And can Onana supplant? I think that's the word now. Can Onana supplant this guy? Let's look at the numbers this season. Onana with Trabzonspor has had about 67% saves and Lamens 65%, not too far from each other. Onana, interestingly, no errors leading to goals. Same for Lamens as well. So the numbers are not too far. I think they've both considered the same number of goals. Yes, 26 goals considered in both cases, with Lamens playing more games. Onana is 19, Lamens is 21. But if we also cast our minds back slightly to Onana's record at Manchester United, the very last season, he had 75% saves. I'm not sure if Lamens will get to that number in terms of shot-faced and saves, but perhaps the media is propagating too much negativity about Onana. What do you think, Manchester United fan? I'll start with Brown.
See, it's laughable when you hear stories like Onana wanting to come back to Manchester United to help us. God forbid, don't help us. I'll tell you why. Don't help us. See, when Onana was at Manchester United, when we did not qualify for the Champions League the second season, Onana was demanding for a salary increase because there was a clause attached to players' contract that if you do not qualify for Champions League, there will be a certain percentage that will be deducted from your salary, right? Onana was actually there was news coming out of Carrington that Onana was protesting to get his full pay, even though he was instrumental in our not qualifying for the Champions League the following season. What's his name? Ireland was busy scoring. In the group stage, Ireland was one of the highest goal scorers that season. But Onana was busy conceding goals. Silly goals. Did you see the goal he conceded against Leeds United? The ball was shot directly to Onana. Onana would just do like this, like he's dancing change your style. So Onana saying he wants to come and help us. Don't help us. And when you do the comparison with Onana saying that, you are doing the comparison with Onana current statistics at Trabzonspor and Lamens, who is currently playing at Manchester United. If we compare Trabzonspor to Lamens' performance at Antwerp, you would see that Lamens has better save ratio than Onana. But let's bring it down to the Premier League. Onana has been here before. In his first season in the Premier League, Onana had only 6 clean sheets the entire season. 6. Now, let me even narrow it to 21 games. Let's even do game by game. In the goals conceded, yes, you could say that Onana considered 20. Onana has considered 28 goals in 21 games, as against Lamens, 26. This is not a lot of. There's not a lot of difference there. But then again, Lamens has gotten
26 in both cases, actually.
26.
Yes, but Andre Onana has just played fewer games.
Okay, I stand corrected. But okay, let's fast forward to the losses. Onana lost 9 in 21, as against 2 from Lamens. This is Premier League to Premier League. 9 versus 2, and you came as a Champions League finalist from Inter Milan to Manchester United, coming to help the team. What we were expecting, right, when he was brought into the team was, and De Gea does not play with foot. Because of that, there's a lot of pressure. There's tension at the back. Onana, Champions League finalist, right back, center back, midfielder. Please come and be passing the ball for us. What did Onana do? He will balloon the ball away. So what we were even buying him for, we did not receive it. We did not get it. So I do not see a reason why Onana is coming to say that, he wants to come and help us. Brotherly, please don't help us. Stay where you are. We are okay with what we have. Because if you also remember, Alta Binde that we thought was even going to, take over from Onana when he left. Alta Binde could not even command the 6 yard box. And a recent example was that match against Arsenal in the first game of the season. Binde literally allowed, if it was Everton that Binde was playing against, did you see the wrestling that was going on in that 6 yard box? But Lames came out on top every single time. Onana will not do that. Binde will not do that. So please, the calm that Onana has brought to our defense, now we have 11 wins in
Onana?
one. Which Onana? Lamesi! Oh, the calm that Lames has brought to our back line, I love it. I admire it. 11 wins in 21 games, 8 draws as against Onana's 5. He has lost only 2 games. He has a couple of clean sheets. I think he has 5 clean sheets, if I'm not wrong, right now. So I love what Lames is doing. And again, he's a very, very young goalkeeper. So I love what he's doing. And let us continue with Lames. Onana, thank you. We are not coming back to United.
I mean, it's possible that Manchester United might get a Van der Sar out of Laments. Yeah. Shola? Onana back to United.
I mean, I think you sort of already said it earlier. Aside from performance, there is also this negativity around Onana. When you think about it, when it comes to
Sorry, let me interject you here, Shola. Let me ask you a question. Between Lames and Onana, in the number of games that we have seen both of them perform at United, who gives more crown?
no, I wouldn't answer it directly that way. Look at the defense that Lamens has inherited now, and look at the defense. Look at how shambolic we were when Onana was there, and look at how compact we are sort of now. You know, like we've gone through a lot of development for Lamens. And when Lamens came, you saw that goal against Arsenal, that mistake where it was just like literally no, not that was not him. That was Bayern then. But
It was
there was
Binde.
but that was by them. But there were also sometimes that Lamens also was being bullied also in that during corner kicks and stuff like that. And not like he has not conceded a lot of goals. I mean, 28 to concede 28 goals also is not
26
26
in the Premier League.
in the Premier League. It's also not something commendable when you think about it. And when you also look at what he offers, when we talk about breaking presses, this guy doesn't really try to play from the back. He just takes the ball and just shoots it wide, just waiting for anybody to just kick it, just like win second ball and stuff like that. Which, to
What
be
do you
honest,
even want from a goalkeeper?
say everything that you want to say about Onana. Onana gives you that. Let everybody be running after him like this. He will calm it. And Onana makes good passes. It's almost as though maybe he's like a defensive midfielder or something like that. He makes good passes, pinpoint passes that will get there. But when it comes to what I can give Lamens is when it comes to ability to handle pressure. So, but again, if I'm going to compare the two of them, I would say, I mean, let Onana come back. We need a goalkeeper anyway. We have this third goalkeeper in Eaton. I don't know what he does. So, and he's quite old already. So, I mean, if Onana can become the second goalkeeper while Bayanda becomes our third goalkeeper, it doesn't take anything away from us. I mean, competition is always good. We were all clamoring for competition for De Gea and stuff like that. Mourinho had Romero, who won the Europa League exactly. So imagine we didn't have this kind of competition. I mean, having two good goalkeepers is never a bad thing. I'm not going to say maybe Onana is a good goalkeeper, but Onana is definitely better than Bayinda. And maybe he can topple Lamens, who knows, we will never know unless they actually put both of them together in the same team and let them compete. And let the coach be the one to decide that. So, but based on stats, and based on the calmness, to answer your question honestly, I will go for Lamens. I think everybody within the defense will also probably go for Lamens. And his display against Everton, I mean, there was a shot that was coming straight at him, even though it was a direct shot.
Like a Kane, if I recall.
Yeah, from Kane. Even though it was a direct shot, but if it was Onana, hey, you never know what you're going to get with that kind of shot coming straight at the goalkeeper like that. So, I mean, some wonderful, wonderful saves. So, but again, Lamens for me over Onana, but I mean, I welcome the competition anytime, any day. Let them battle it out. Yeah.
Competition is definitely good for goalkeepers. Is it possible that, yeah, you will. Is it possible that we can compare the situation with Onana, just put it side by side with the situation with Chelsea's goalkeeper Robert Sanchez, who initially was fond of making silly mistakes, costing us games, and just with bringing in some players who improved the defense line, we became more consistent defensively. Chelsea became more consistent defensively, and then you could see that confidence just flowing over to the goalkeeper. And at some point, Robert Sanchez now became, the best player in the defense, so to speak, saving, shots that you would not even expect him. His reflex improved. So is this something comparable? Why you also want to speak to that while you're making your point?
So I would start by saying that Lamens is actually a very very calm goalkeeper. You can't compare him with Onana. We all remember this meme that Onana like this, that just like this. Calm down. So Lamens is actually very calm on the ball. And there is this aura and there is this confidence that defenders actually have in their goalkeeper. Once they know that, okay, my goalkeeper is good, it gives you the confidence to actually move forward and try more things. See the game against Arsenal, see lots of games. You will see defenders actually going out. You see Martinez going out. You will see whoever they use go out. Sure, they have the confidence to go out and take shots.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, when Onana was still there, most times they are all crowded, clustered together. You see them score goals that they are not meant to concede. You see some balls that the
Same
ball will hit
defenders,
on
same defenders.
same defense. You will see Onana concede near post. Like you can easily push the ball or parry the ball. So
We are
I
saying we are
think
we are saying the same thing.
yeah, Lamens is a lot more composed on the ball than Maguire than Onana. But of course, as an Arsenal fan, I want them to bring Onana now. We've missed. Haven't we all missed Onana?
The press, they've been good to Lamens compared to Onana, to be honest. If you ask me,
I
like they
agree.
were not really fair to Onana, and maybe Onana brought it upon himself. Like we can all debate that, but you cannot. It's difficult mentally when you are not getting this. Ruben Amorim, see, almost his last day, you will see the fans singing for him. The travel, oh, Ruben Amorim. That is what, like, that it does something to you that even though the result may not be coming, you have the emotional support of your fans. But that was not really the case for Onana. For Onana,
I
yeah,
say something when you finish.
for Onana, it was like the effort. They don't see Onana's effort. They don't. Nobody talks about how the number of shots that is coming directly at him due to poor defense. Nobody talks about the fact that the defense that Onana inherited was a bad Maguire. Now we see Maguire, a solid Maguire, bullying Bernardo Silva, standing strong, scoring goals. But the phase that Maguire too had to pass through, Maguire was passing through that phase, and Onana was there. So it
Imagine
exactly.
playing two players passing through that phase.
Exactly. So two
Onana and
players
Maguire.
passing through some sort of mental breakdown. What do you think is going to happen? Martinez
Yeah,
is not always fit. Martinez is not always fit. We had Malaysia, who was like would be bullied. You look at our defender. They could even Martinez. Jamie Carragher was doubting his ability too, because you can talk about technical ability of a defender, but what about the physicality too? Like,
Hmm.
and you see even the comments coming out from Manchester United legends about when we're going to play against Man City, and they were like, Alan is going to, I don't know the word they even use, like probably
pick
going
up
to pick him
Martinez
up,
and run
Martinez
with
like
him.
this and pull it. So these things are there. So now imagine if they are saying all of these things, and imagine what they are saying. Manchester United is just, but I think for Lamens, they've given him that free pass. We are not getting that noise around Lamens. We are not
Now
getting like,
let
yeah.
me let me let me let me say something, right? Now I agree I agree with a lot of these things, the external factors that probably may have affected Onana's performance on the pitch. However, it is also very important to mention that we as football fans, we do not know the background story, no doubt, right? But what we can judge is what we see on the pitch. And going by what we have seen on the pitch, before Onana came, we had very high expectations for Onana because of the way he played in Inter Milan. Yes, you could make a case for him concerning Maguire not being at his best at the time. But again, we still had this same set of defenders. I could argue that the one person, let's go back to Onana's first season, the one person that was probably not at his best would probably be Maguire. But the rest of the defenders in that back line were still there. They were still there. And then AY mentioned something, that there is confidence it gives to a defender when you know that you are solid with your goalkeeper. Onana does a lot of talking, but he does not secure us points at the times that we need it the most. It's okay to say Onana had he had seven, he considered 28 goals.
And he
But
makes mistakes.
Onana will concede 4 in one game. Have you forgotten
He
that
makes
match
mistakes.
against Dortmund? Bayern Munich. Onana conceded 3 of those goals were Onana's fault. Direct. So my point is that you could say that the reason why he was performing the way he was performing in those games was because of, external factors. But as a fan from afar, what do I judge with? It is what I see on the pitch. And going by that, Onana has not given me the relaxation that Seny Lammens has given me. That's my point.
Mm-mm. I think it also speaks to the situation with Kepa at Chelsea. I remember clearly that at some point, as soon as the opposition player hits that shot and is going goalwards, Chelsea players are already like this. That this is a goal. In fact, there was no confidence, zero confidence in the goalkeeper. The defenders themselves were not as good, but they weren't as bad as Kepa. But look at Kepa at Arsenal now. He doesn't play too many games, but I think he is a better goalkeeper than he was. Of course, he's older now. Maybe he's calmer now. He's a better goalkeeper than he was at Chelsea. And like Shola was saying, I really think that the media amplifies. This ties in with what Brown just said. The media amplifies Onana's mistakes, in my opinion. And last season, is the last season at Manchester United, he had just one error leading to goal. One. And if you will see a lot of clips showing where he either ran to the midfield or all kinds of things, which all of these are inconsequential when you look at the game in itself. He had no impact on the game whatsoever. Directly, at least.
Sorry to cut you. It might also be due to the formation that the coach actually told the team to.
Yeah, exactly. Look at Chelsea now at the moment. Sanchez comes out of the box to be the fourth defender whenever we are attacking. So there is also that. It's probably the coach. But I don't think a player can be that crazy where they're just doing whatever they like and the coach is telling them do this, but no, this is what I will do, this is what I must do. I don't think a player can be that crazy. I think it's a mixture of many things. There is over-amplification of his errors. There is perhaps instructions from the coach, which he was following at that point, but unfortunately he has gotten the brunt for all of that.
But I also remember there was a time where Maguire and Onana both were the one that saved United in the Champions League. I think one with a goal and the other with a penalty saves. So if you remember that match, Brown. The second chance we gave Maguire, I wish we can give Onana that same second chance. And I hope he doesn't disappoint. I saw him like beginning of the season, he was having a special training with one goalkeeper coach, playing with ping pongs, these tennis balls and stuff like that, a long tennis ball. So I saw him like he was trying to put in the work. Then before that loan came, and then he just took it. I hope he comes back, tries to fight for his place. If it works out, fine. But I mean, I'm trying to put myself in his position as a Manchester United player. This is like a one-time opportunity. You don't want to just not believe in yourself and just allow that opportunity to pass just because of what whatever anybody is saying. At times you hold yourself that personal self-confidence in yourself and self-belief that, yes, I can cut it, I can try, I can do it. Let me go and fight for my position. So, I mean, that's what everybody should do. That's what I would do. Regardless of whoever is talking, that's what I would do. I'll believe in myself. I'll say, maybe I can do it. Maybe I can cut it. If it works out, fine. If it doesn't work out, fine. But I hope we give him that second chance. And I hope that at least becomes that solid second goalkeeper for us.
Or maybe the first. I mean, of course, just to round it up, a lot of players have gotten second chances. Sanchez at some point was competing with the second goalkeeper. He eventually, took over. There's Chalobah, who wasn't even playing badly. Chelsea let him go to Crystal Palace. We had to bring him back when we had crisis. He got his second chance. Quite a lot of players. Cucurella, when the first came, was absolute nonsense.
Saliba.
Yeah, exactly. He was loaned out, and then he came back and he became a very, very critical part of the Arsenal defense. So I believe that players should give a chance. I believe that Onana should actually get a second chance at Manchester United.